All right, everybody, welcome back. I don't know what that face was. That face just did through me. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 39. 39. Yeah, we're almost to the big 4-0, and then you know what's after that? The big 5-0. Can't believe that.
50.
That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a big episode for y'all. That's gonna be a good one. Yeah, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. Let's see here.
Should we
How have you
introduce ourselves?
Oh,
We need to introduce
right.
ourselves.
Yeah, sorry. Welcome back to the... You know what? No, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to hit you guys with the intro again. Welcome back to Planet Film Live on the Planet Film Network. I, as always, am one of your hosts, Sean Monk.
And I'm your other host, TJ Cornwell.
And I already said it, but welcome back to Planet Film Live. Sorry, I am all over the place. I'm feeling a lot better, but I'm still a little razzle-dazzled. I don't know what that means, but
my mom actually,
a little out of it.
I saw them yesterday, and she goes, "What's wrong with Sean?" I go, "Oh," she goes, "I went to watch." I think she was talking about like the High School Musical reaction.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Is he look?" I was like, "Yeah, he looks dead." Like, I told him, I go, "Bro, you look not good."
I'm feeling a lot better.
I didn't watch the whole video, but I think at the beginning you're like, yeah, so I'm just gonna react to this new trailer for High School Musical, the series.
I was not very energized. And I never even found out, did Danielle watch that video?
I don't think so.
She commented for me to do it. That's the only reason I did it.
She might have. I didn't ask her.
Wow.
So I'll have to get
so rude. So rude. Yeah, guys. We need to have a conversation with you. You guys are some of the most inconsistent... No, I'm just kidding. We broke it. We did it. 100 subscribers. It is in there. We'll get to why I said inconsistent in a second. But we did it. We are currently holding strong. I can hopefully say, knock on wood, at 101 subscribers. Somebody commented and said they were going to subscribe, but they did not. They did not.
I was waiting for it.
They did not subscribe. So if you are watching, hold up your end of the deal, man. We'll give you the content if you give us the subscription. But yeah, we did it. We hit 101 subscribers. I have a few numbers for you here. A few little peek behind the curtain, little analytics going on. So I was just actually about to have you guess, but I remember I already had you guess. Let's say oh, she said she did. He was sitting next to me. Oh, so you watched it.
Oh,
you watched it while she was there? I don't know.
Yeah. My apologies. I do remember that.
Oh, there you go. Hey.
Right.
I'm the one who told. There you go.
My memory not the best.
Apparently, yeah. How did you like searching? So we have that should be a shirt. Let's see here. It took us. Let's do a little game in chat. How many days do you guys think it took us to get to 50 subscribers? I'll give you a hint. It is in the ballpark of just under a year, because it is in the ballpark of where we are right now. And then I will tell you right now, from when we got, well, we'll see. We'll see if anybody says in the chat. But basically what we want to say is we have been seeing, would you say tremendous, Timothy?
I'd say consistent growth.
Yes. We have been seeing...
I say tremendous, or I wouldn't say tremendous. Like, okay, tremendous is like, for me, tremendous is like we gained a K in like a week or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Like something ridiculous. I'd say we've seen consistent, like we're growing each day. Even us netting at the end of the day, I still consider growth, because we'll just talking about it real quick. Like there was, I think it was over the weekend or maybe a few days before that, where we hit 100 and then we got to like 101 and then we lost 2 and then we gained another 2 and then lost them again. So like we netted out to what we were at when we started the day. Yeah. So it was still like, I'd still consider that growing, but it just wasn't like sustained. Like it just didn't stay that way.
The channel apparently could not sustain 102 subscribers.
100.
So
Yeah.
here's another little graph I just wanted to show you guys. So this is our first year. I know it's a little blurry, but you just have to see the blue stuff. So we're almost to our first year, and this is a while. This is July, September, November, sorry. Then January 2021. So that's up to January 2021, just so everybody knows. And this is the last 2 months, and then March.
What a spike.
So that's gives you a little indication of how things have been trending on the channel, which we can say we have not been. We could not be more thankful for that. We're not seeing a lot of guesses. We're not seeing a lot of guesses in chat. So I'll tell you, it took us 301 days. It took us 301 days to get to 50 subscribers. It has taken us 28 days to get to 101.
That's a good cut.
That's real good. Like that is crazy. That is literally a 100% growth in a 4-week period for subscribers. Views, on the other hand, is like a 1,000% growth or something views have gone from, and I'm not talking about a single video. I'm talking about the entire Planet Film Network YouTube channel. Our entire amount of views for the entire channel up until February of 2021. So that's about 9 or 10 months. I think it was around 700 views. It was like
probably,
it was like 600 or 700, maybe even like 800 views, somewhere around there. Then we get into March, we get into all this growth. Basically right now the channel it's telling us it's around 14,000. It's probably a little bit higher than that. Only because if you go on youtube.com, it says we're at like 12,000 something, but then our back end page says that we are around like 14 something, but even that's super delayed. That's the other thing we've learned with YouTube, is that a lot of the information is super delayed. It is so far behind like the actual numbers. It's a little frustrating at times, but we appreciate it greatly. But to speak about the individual videos, I mean, we've been seeing, if I go back here, I mean, we have had, it's been a while since we've had a single digit video. But before that, we're talking 10, low teens, 20, maybe 25. And then all of a sudden Mortal Kombat happened, and that was the big thing that kind of got the crack open in the door, and that was right at the end of February. And that did about 500 views. Then we kind of went back down, and we were like, okay, well, that was fun while it lasted. We got, we did, let's see, what was the next video after that kind of popped off? Oh, yeah. Then we did, like, the Luca trailer reaction. Then that's when we started the Planet Film, PFN Reacts. That was, actually, we started PFN Reacts on February 28th. So, February 28th, because then I went back and rebranded the Mortal Kombat stuff when we created it. Then after that, honestly, we got In the Heights, which did crazy for us. The Snyder Cut trailer, the Falcon and Winter Soldier trailer. A lot of stuff started popping off. And then these last few weeks, I gotta say, we've had some that don't quite get to that same level, but we have had ones that are in the hundreds of views and then the thousands of views. So Black Widow trailer reaction is currently sitting at 1,600 views, and then the Picard Season 2 trailer, which TJ just cannot wrap his head around, it is currently sitting at almost 2,500 views. It's about 30 shy of 2,500 views right now. And then, the last two that we've done have also reached into the hundreds. So we cannot be Happier for you guys. We just wanted to give a little shout out, a little 100 subscriber celebration there. And if you didn't check out last time, we did a subscriber milestone where when we got to 50, we did a giveaway. We announced the winner last week. We didn't think that we'd all of a sudden be at 100, so we're probably going to do the next, maybe if we do a giveaway or something, maybe the next big thing that we'll do is probably at like 200 subscribers, or maybe like 250 or something like that.
Yeah.
But we'll see where we're at. Basically, what I told TJ was, I said, it took us 301 days, well, 329 days, I guess. 329 days to get to 101 subscribers. Imagine what we can do in the next 330 days. That's like the craziest part to me. So what do you want to talk about it a little bit, TJ? I know I've been kind of running the numbers here, but what are your thoughts on the growth? Did you expect this?
No, I as soon as we started to like I tell like most people now like that we've kind of morphed from like a podcast to just like a straight up YouTube channel. Like I would more like yeah, we have like three of these like different branded podcasts where we have Planet Film Live, we have Planet Hero, and then Planet Council, which are all based off. Obviously, like Planet Film is kind of like anything. Like we talk about news, we talk. It's
our main entertainment show.
Our main, and then like Hero and obviously Council are very branded to Star Wars and comic book movies and shows. But yeah, and then obviously we've incorporated the reactions into it, which again, that's where a lot of the growth has come from. Is and it's us kind of trying to key in on different trailers. Like again, what we set down for Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
To direct, and then Black Widow just happened to come out.
Yeah. Oh no, it was
2
the second.
seconds.
Yeah.
2 minutes ahead of time. We were like, oh, we got to do that one first. So we put that out, and it kind of took off. And then again, Picard, I don't know where that came from. I look down, I look away for 1 second. I'm at work. I look at my phone. And it's already at like 90 views in 10 minutes. I was like, okay, I guess this is a hit for some reason.
That to me is that video to me is our greatest mark of success, because that was just, honestly, I'll be honest, I did that video on my own because TJ doesn't watch Star Trek and TJ was at work. And for people who are worried, that's like, where's TJ in some of these videos? Right now, because I was sick, I'm just out of work, so I'm home a lot more during the day, and me and him usually work at different times anyway, so I'm usually home during the day a lot of the time.
Right.
So that's just why. And then sometimes it'll be something that he doesn't watch or whatever. And I'm sure, he will definitely have trailers that he'll react to by himself. There actually might be one little anime one that I think is going to come up next week that we talk about after, but that might be his first one on his own because I don't really watch it.
As long as you like give me the
that's right. Yeah.
The whole asset, whatever ridiculous Streamlabs OBS stupid thing that happened.
I can walk you through it. Streamlabs OBS, dude, if you use Streamlabs OBS and you have a partnership with somebody else you stream with or something, even though it says you can, don't sign in at another terminal and expect everything to transfer over, because apparently it does not. Yeah. We learned that the hard way last week.
But yeah, just in closing, I just want to say thank you to everybody that subscribed, and thank you for watching the content. And here's to 150.
Boom. Here's to 150. There you go. We literally said here's to 100 less than 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like that's insane. But yeah, keep the love coming, and we will keep the content coming to you guys. So let's, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the main episode here. So first off, I just want to say, do you have anything you want to throw a mini review at? What have you been up to? How's
I
how's
just
it been
really
hanging?
quick want to say what I watched in the past weekend. So I think on Saturday, I think it was, I checked out Chef for the first time, that Jon Favreau movie that he directed. It was good. I at first thought that it was just a bunch of people like he knew in the industry were going to be in it, because I saw Scarlett Johansson and like Robert Downey Jr. And Dustin Hoffman and who else was in it? Oh, and like John Leguizamo and everybody else, right?
Mhm.
Or am I thinking of somebody else, right? But then I saw like it was like I felt like everybody was good in it. The kid was good. He was really good in it. But yeah,
Jon
I
Favreau?
like checking that out. Yeah, is he like a cook? He likes to cook in real life.
Yes. So, sorry, I'm trying to pull up the episode because I don't know if you remember or not, but I did a whole segment on one of our very first episodes
Right.
about Chef. Because we used to wrap with kind of a little recommendation, which we might actually bring back. I've been thinking about that. That I wanna maybe do a little weekly recommendation at the end of each show. We'll work on it, but yeah, go back. I'm so sorry. I don't have the exact episode that I talked about it in, but you can go back and get my full thoughts because I could go on a 30-minute thing on Chef right now. But yeah, so basically, he, wanted to make this movie. He was super passionate about it. It's kind of based on this guy, Roy Choi's life, who was the culinary expert on set for the film Chef. And on Netflix, if you've ever seen Jon Favreau's show, The Chef Show, it's about him and Roy Choi both going around to episodes, or I'm sorry, to episodes, to restaurants. And some of the episodes are them going to restaurants. Some of the episodes are them bringing celebrities to their kitchens or going to celebrities' kitchens and kind of
Yeah.
working something with them. That's where the famous Gwyneth Paltrow, not knowing
Gwyneth
she was in
Paltrow,
Spider-Man,
yeah.
was in. She was like, "No, I was in Avengers," and he's like, "No, no, no,
Yeah.
that was
No.
Spider-Man. That was Spider-Man." She was like, "Oh my god." Little plug within the Chef Show, best celebrity cooking with moment
Interaction type
interaction
thing.
ever is the Sam Raimi episode. The episode with Sam Raimi where it is Roy Choi, Jon Favreau, and Sam Raimi making bread that and Bill Burr. Those two episodes are tied for me for being up there with just so great. But yeah, it's this really really great movie that is just a very I don't know why I'm very passionate about the movie. It's like a comfort movie for me, and I'm glad that you liked it, and I'm glad that you finally watched it.
I also watched. I'm just gonna run through these three real quick, not like review. I also watched The Prestige for the first time. Didn't see that. I did not see that at the end. I thought it was over,
Really,
and then Nolan hits you with the
it's with
twist.
the
I was like,
twofer.
oh shit!
He
Yeah, I
hits
was
you
like,
with
oh,
the twofer.
damn, he got me. I watched Great Escape for the first time, and then I watched Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid for the first time.
Really,
All great. I get on this like weird kick where it's like I think like in the past weekend, that's where like Fury came from. I was like watching these war. I was watching like Band of Brothers. I watched Fury, and I was like, what else do I need to watch? And then I got on like a oldie kind of kick almost, and then like when Tesla shows up in Prestige, I was like, oh yeah, Ethan Hawke has that Tesla movie, so that's my watch list because that's on Hulu too, which I'll probably watch eventually. But yeah, I didn't really do much this weekend. I bought I bought an Oculus.
you did end up buying it.
I did, yeah. It comes tomorrow, so
Wow.
I
Which one did
know
you end
the
up
whole,
getting?
like,
The Quest.
the Quest 2.
Quest 2.
Well, I used it at my cousin's house on Easter, and I had no idea that I never knew that the Quest 2 or anything was a thing. I knew that they had one that you didn't need a PC for, but I didn't know that it was like Quest 2 you can hook up to your PC or you can have it like on its own. And I was like, "Oh, where are your towers?" And they're like, "You don't need them." And I was like, "What?" Because that was like my whole thing when like the Rift first came out.
Yeah,
It's like,
you didn't want
it
to
has
change
be-
up your whole living room for it.
Yeah, it has to be on your PC. It has to be towers in the corners and all this other garbage.
Yeah.
So I know the whole Facebook thing, which does kind of irk me, where I'm like, where they make you sign into your Facebook
Oh yeah.
account, which they didn't used to. But I don't know. I had enough fun with it, and I don't want to say I'm over the whole data thing, but it's like, if it's not Facebook taking your data, it's somebody else.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Like every other thing you use is taking your data at this point.
Yeah.
Granted, I don't want to be like naive, but yeah. So maybe I'll have like hopefully I don't get like nauseous.
Damn. Well, I mean, I will say this: when the unemployment was free flowing, back in the
Yeah.
early days of the pandemic, there was an Oculus Quest on the horizon for me for many many weeks. I kept flirting with it, going back and forth,
Yeah.
and I was like, eh. So I will definitely need to know exactly what you think. Well, I mean, hopefully, I'll probably come over
I
and try it out.
I
Um,
did a lot of research. I watched a lot. I watched Linus's video on it, and then I watched
Same,
like
yeah.
1 or 2 other videos, and then I bought a because I figure I might test on my PC too, so
Mhm.
I bought like 30 feet worth of like USB extender to
Yeah.
like take it into my living room. So
Is it just like is it is it USB-C is what I'm trying to say? Okay.
yeah, so I
Gotcha.
bought like a third party USB-C like connector thing, and
Mhm.
then I bought like a USB like a extension
Yeah.
to do it.
Just like how we have here, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so I'll come over, try it out. I want cuz I want one. I want to be able to do it and everything, but I just wasn't ready to take the leap at that time.
Yeah.
So thank you for taking that
It's
for me.
again also it's cheaper than it used to be. Like when Oculus
Yeah.
first came
Oh
out,
yeah.
it was like $500-$600. Like it
Mhm.
was really up there.
How much
3 for 64 gig. So
Oh, there
it's
you
like
go.
it's an Xbox Series S, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Series
Yeah.
S.
That's not bad. All right. So yeah, for me, I'll say I am slowly but surely starting to move through the Oscar films. I have started several of them that I haven't had the ability to finish, because I've just been kind of doing a lot with the time that I've had. So I'll hopefully finish them more tomorrow. But I did watch Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. You can go ahead and
Mhm.
actually you can check my Twitter. Little shout out, Pasty Yak on Twitter. And you can check out my letterbox, which actually is in the description because it's in our link tree. You could follow both me and TJ on Letterbox. Can you tell which one of us is the spender? Yeah, I think yeah. Um, but yeah, so you can check it out on Letterbox. But yeah, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom was very very good. Definitely check it out. It's right on Netflix. It's a great performance by everybody in it. For me, I will say for me, Viola Davis was like really good. Like she was
Mhm.
great, but I feel like it at the end of the day, I just feel like it was kind of Chadwick's movie more.
Yeah.
It was just very very moving with his performance in almost every scene he's in. Like he's got a big huge moment in the first act, second act, and third act.
Mhm.
Viola Davis is more, I feel, embodying, just really really greatly embodying a historical figure, whereas Chadwick
Right.
Boseman I think gets the deeper character moments and stuff like that. But they both do great. But Chadwick is, yeah, I hope he wins for that category because he is so good. Um, yeah, there you go. So I guess that's my only mini review that I have for this week. So let's go ahead and head over to our main stories for this week. So let's start off with, we got a whole new slew of dates for a lot of MGM titles and a couple other moves as
Oh,
well. Oh,
can I actually one quick like little rant I want to go on? This is really fast. Sorry to cut you off.
no, it's okay.
So I got Paramount Plus.
Oh yeah.
Did we talk about this last week? Did I say this
Um,
last week, or did I just say it to you?
I think you just said it to me.
Okay, and Danielle. So I got Paramount Plus to just watch soccer because they have rights to the Champions League games that they're not. I don't think they're
That NBC doesn't
broadcasting them.
have. Okay.
Like NBC has strict rights to like the Premier League. CBS has strict rights to like the Champions League. And Paramount Plus has nothing. Literally nothing. Like
I mean, but doesn't it have all the Nick stuff?
has yeah, Nickelodeon. Well, I'm not watching Nickelodeon. And okay, it has Star Trek, but like it can't even give me all the Mission Impossible movies.
Mhm.
It is only 3 of them. The first
Does
3.
When you say it has Star Trek, does it have every Star Trek?
No, I don't even think it has Generations on there. It might.
okay.
It might. Actually, don't take that. Don't take my word for that. But I was like scrolling through the movies. I was like,
Hmm.
this is all like, it's like a bunch of Comedy Central
Crap.
specials and like roasts and stuff. It's like they don't have like I was like I don't know Paramount's catalog back like hands down, but I know they definitely have more movies than this. So I was just like, I was like, damn, this sucks. Like
You don't like
I was hoping like
SpongeBob, Sponge on the Run?
no, I don't care.
Wow.
But I was like, oh, like if because they're doing Frasier, right? I was like,
Hmm.
oh, maybe if I watch Frasier, maybe I'll wait for that or something. But I actually, I just remembered about my free trial today, and I got charged for my year, so I'll be keeping
Oh,
it
for
for
the
a year.
year.
Yeah, I got
Oh,
the year
man.
because I figured I'd rather not pay it month to month instead.
Yeah. How much was it for the year?
60, so
Not bad.
that bad.
Yeah.
And my sister really likes iCarly, so I gave her like the login yesterday.
Hmm.
But yeah, Paramount Plus, from what the streaming services I've used, the worst one.
Really?
In my
Worse than
opinion.
Disney Plus?
Yes, Disney Plus isn't.
Or I
bad.
mean, I didn't.
Oh, Peacock.
Sorry. Yeah, that's what I
At least
meant.
Peacock
Yeah.
has like good content.
Hmm.
Like, not to say like everything on Paramount Plus is shit, but Paramount Plus like just doesn't have like, I don't know, just like doesn't have things. I could be in the minority here, but I feel like that's
Hmm.
what a lot of people like. If you were to rank your streaming services, I feel like Paramount Plus would be on the bottom for a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
I
could be
think
not wrong.
I
could be
think
wrong.
it's I gotta say I haven't gone into my TV or anything. I haven't dealt with the interface, the new interface for it, like when it's Paramount Plus. I only have gone in it when it was CBS All Access.
Mhm.
But yeah, other than like just like some nostalgic times with watching like some Nick shows or something like that. Uh, I don't really have much drawing me to it other than some of the stuff that they're eventually going to start putting out. So right
Right.
now, yeah, I gotta say it's probably bottom of the pile for me too. Uh, Probably that and Peacock are just probably bottom of the barrel.
Oh, I'm sorry. They do have the next generation, so I apologize.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right. So yeah, ton of new films from both MGM and Paramount being delayed. So basically, now we have Snake Eyes, which is the oh gosh, what's that called? GI Joe spinoff starring Henry Golding, I believe. That is now pushed to July 23rd, 2021.
Hmm.
Jackass 4, which is, the fourth installment of the Jackass series after many years, has been pushed back to October 22nd, 2021. Top Gun 2 has been pushed back again to November 19th, 2021. Mission Impossible 7, this is the one that really hurts me, has been pushed back all the way to May 27th, 2022.
Mm.
Oh, Dungeons and Dragons, the live action one, which we talked about a few weeks back, has been pushed back to March 3rd, 2023. So that's over a little bit, around 2 years away. The next Star Trek film, the next Untitled Star Trek film, is June 9th, 2023. And Mission Impossible 8 pushed back all the way to July 7th, 2023. So that is a lot of dates switching. Oh, and then I should say also, Imaginary Friends has a date set, which is November 17th, 2023, which is going to be
What is that?
it's a fantasy comedy written and directed by Jonathan Krasinski, starring Jonathan Krasinski and Ryan Reynolds.
Right.
Yeah. So that should be a good one. But that finally gets a date landing all the way on November 17th, 2023. So what are your thoughts on some of these dates? Do any of these movies really affect you that much?
Yeah, like I want to start. I've seen like half of the Mission Impossibles, and I've seen the latter three instead of the beginning three,
Oh, okay.
I believe. So I want to watch all those. That's why I was like, oh, Paramount Plus, all Mission Impossibles.
Mhm.
Nope. Jackass strikes me as like something you could release on Paramount Plus. Is that just me?
Yeah.
I like Jackass, but like, I don't know. It's it just seems like something you could like, maybe feel like, oh, maybe that's some way to like boost your sub count if you're like, oh, Jackass 4 coming to Paramount Plus in 2 months.
I'm sure that one probably will be.
Like I don't know. And G.I. Joe, I don't really care that much. Basically the Mission Impossibles. I still need to watch the first Top Gun. I've never seen it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been looking to check out the most recent Star Trek movies, like the J.J. Abrams ones from the past few years.
The Calvin
Those,
timeline.
again, the second one I think is on Prime, but the first one isn't. And I was like, I don't really want to rent it. So, and maybe I thought, oh, that could be on Paramount Plus. No. So yeah, I don't know. But what are you excited for this Star Trek movie? I know there's really no information on it.
Yeah, so I mean, I am excited for anything Star Trek, but like you said, and like we talked about a few weeks back, maybe a few months back at this point, there's no info on it. I mean, this movie has changed. It's like a chameleon movie. Like, this movie has changed what it was going to be in the Star Trek universe like 3 different times. Originally, this was going to be I'm so glad it didn't happen, Tarantino Star Trek film. Then it was
still could be.
Yeah,
you don't know that.
Give him like
Would you riot?
No, but like give him a short film on Paramount Plus. Like,
yeah.
And then all of a sudden they were like, nope, totally new cast, totally new story, totally new everything. And then all of a sudden,
really?
But then they were like, nope, actually it's going to be a direct sequel to Star Trek Beyond. So it's, what are you doing? I want the original vision for Star Trek 4, which was supposed to be, so light spoilers, for Star Trek 2009. So Chris Hemsworth, it was one of the first movies he ever did in the States, was Star Trek 2009. He plays Kirk's father. He plays Chris Pine's father in flashback in Star Trek 2009. It's a huge scene. It's one of the most pivotal scenes of the whole franchise. And he was supposed to come back. Star Trek 4 was supposed to be Chris Pine and Chris Hemsworth in a time travel story with Kirk reuniting with his father. And that was going to be the thing, was that it was going to be, they were going to pull Chris Hemsworth forward in time, or it was going to be the crew going backwards in time, one of the two. And it was going to be like a father and son movie, like time travel Star Trek flick. That is what I would love to see. I would love to see them try to do that, because originally the reason they said no to that was that Chris Hemsworth couldn't do it scheduling wise. Well, if you're pushing it back this far, you could probably work off the schedule.
Wait. So Chris Pine plays William Shatner's character?
Yes.
I did not know that. Okay. Continue, sorry. Bro, I don't watch Star Trek. I don't know.
Oh my lord. Yeah.
I knew Zachary Quinto was Spock, but like I didn't know. I just figured like I don't know.
Yeah, he's just playing the younger version of Shatner.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well, he started out playing the younger. They all started playing the younger versions of them, but the timeline has basically gone forward so much that now they're just playing, the characters. Like, because now they're all almost 40. Like, they're all in their late 30s or whatever. So that's where they were when Shatner played them in the first show. But yeah, I mean, that's the biggest one to me that I'm excited to see what's going on with that. The biggest disappointment for me, obviously, with these dates is the Mission Impossibles moving back an entire year. That really stings, because as we know, I've said many times, that is one of my favorite action franchises, or one of my favorite franchises of all time. Again, same. I haven't seen the first Top Gun, so I
really? Okay.
Yeah, no. I bought the steelbook for it like 5 years ago, and it's still in the plastic. It's
funny.
still in like the cover. But yeah, so I got to see that, and then I got to get caught up on it basically. But yeah, a lot of date changes there. Let us know what you guys thought about that in the comments and in the live chat. All right, I got a question for you. You ready? You're going to have the next story to think about it.
Okay.
What is your favorite John Williams score? What is your favorite and what is the best?
Okay.
All right. Speaking of, Lucasfilm announced this week that John Williams will be returning as the composer for Indiana Jones 5, the yet to be titled sequel, Indiana Jones 5. And also announced that teaming with Harrison Ford in front of the camera will be Phoebe Waller-Bridge, playing a as of yet unknown character. But yeah, so we're getting finally some shaping up of the cast and some of the crew. Finally starting to take place on Indiana Jones 5. Now I'll just say, when you're thinking about your score, I'll just say this is very interesting to me, because this would be the second. This is technically the second Lucasfilm produced film John Williams scored Phoebe Waller-Bridge and Han Solo movie. Because even though in Solo obviously it wasn't Harrison Ford, but yeah, so clearly, we know that Phoebe Waller-Bridge, there's been speculation that she is going to come back to the Star Wars universe in a behind the camera role. And now we see, again, just continuing to show her great, strong relationship building with both Disney and especially within Lucasfilm. That she is going to be co-starring with Harrison for Indiana Jones 5. I think it's a great fit. I think it's going to be a nice comedic twist for that. I'm just very excited for Indiana Jones 5. I'm excited to, no pun intended, get the ball rolling and see how this movie actually shapes up. So do you have an answer for me, and what do you think of this news?
My answer would probably be like Star Wars, just in general. Just because all of his, I feel like everything he does is so like you hear it, you're like, I know what that movie is.
Yeah.
But like Star Wars is like, it's just so like ingrained in the pop culture, I feel like, of it all at this point, that I have to go with Star Wars. So Phoebe Waller-Bridge is in this Indiana Jones movie. Okay. So what do we think she's going to be playing? Do you think she's going to be like a Shia LaBeouf type character, or is she going to be like a maybe a villain or something?
I think she is playing Shia LaBeouf.
Wait. What do you mean she's
No,
playing Shia LaBeouf? Okay. I was like, what are you talking about? What'd you say? Did you say she was in something?
She was in Solo.
Right. Who was she in Solo? I don't remember.
She was L3, the droid.
L3. Oh, okay.
Yeah, the droid character.
Yeah, that movie just kind of but I know she's kind of like popping off now. I didn't watch Fleabag, but I've heard that's amazing. That won all the Emmys, I feel like, that one year. And that she's obviously, we've talked about it, she has that deal with Amazon Prime and Donald Glover. So yeah, I'm excited. Again, I don't think we've really talked about this Indiana Jones movie, how it's gotten pushed, and then like I think like Harrison broke his leg or his arm or something, and then they had to stop production,
and then Spielberg dropped out.
They
got James Mangold in.
Which again, Ford v Ferrari, a pretty good movie.
Oh yeah,
and Logan. But yeah, maybe they'll. I don't think they will, but maybe they'd like pass it off to. I don't think they would do that. I think, like I said, I think that character like dies with him. Like that franchise, in my opinion, like dies with him.
Oh yeah,
when he passes. So I don't know. I'm interested to see like what her part is. Hopefully, it's not like a Kate Blanchett type thing, because But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to hear that news though.
Yeah, same, absolutely. Now, I will say, too, I just want to make sure that we get this movie. This movie's been so up in the air. That's the main thing. I could be happy about any of the news that comes up about it, but I just need this movie to happen. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it's just been so up in the air with so many different aspects of it. I'm so happy that we're getting some solid footing, it looks like. It kind of reminds me with what happened with Obi-Wan. Where that kind of got pushed back, pushed around, changed up, new writers came in, But now all of a sudden they're like, all right, nope, we got it, we're set, we're going. You know what I mean? That's where I hope that's the stage I hope we're at with Indiana Jones 5. I hope we're finally in the we're not messing around with it anymore. The script is written, we're ready to go, we're ready to shoot, that whole thing. And speaking of production, we have our next story here, which is Dune co-writer Eric Roth has already written a full treatment for the potential sequel for adapting. Now, this is interesting to me. Adapting the second half of the book. So the first movie must be only the first half. I did not know that. So he says hopefully people love Dune so much that they do want to have a second part. Now I'll let you take this away because I know you're a big Dune guy. You're very excited for the upcoming film. So what are your thoughts on this?
I would put the whole hold off on a big Dune guy because I've only read the first book, but I did like.
Well,
the
I'm more
book.
of a Dune guy than me.
Yeah, it was long, so I could see why it would be split up into 2 movies. I did not. I started the David Lynch one like 2 months ago, and I just like I have to go back to it. But that movie is when he tries to fit the entire book into one movie, and it's like probably like an hour 52.
Yeah.
So, and I think he strays from the source material a little bit as well. But yeah, I'm very excited. I mean, even before I had listened to the book, I was still really excited just because of the cast. Like the cast was like stacked. We have Zendaya, David Mulshin, I think that's how you pronounce it. Jason Momoa, Rebecca Ferguson, Timothy Chalamet, Josh Brolin, Stellan Skarsgård, Oscar Isaac. Like, oh my lord, like that's not even all of them. I didn't even list all of them. But yeah, like Zendaya's character, I'm like trying to think like she shows up like at the end or like at halfway probably
in the book. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
So maybe they extend her character a little bit.
Maybe. I could be totally wrong. So if there's any like Dune fan people out there that are like, that's completely wrong, it's like I don't really remember because I listened to the book over a period of like 2 months. Like I like took breaks because
I bet it's long,
30 hours or something like that. It was long. Nothing compared to like Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is long. Yeah. But yeah, I'm really excited. And I'm glad that Denis Villeneuve was like, this is not going HBO Max. Like, and of course, Legendary Pictures was also like, this is not going HBO Max. This is the movie
Warner
that
Brothers
I want to see in the theater.
This is going to HBO Max.
Well, no, I think they said it's not, right? Or
no, they haven't said anything officially. Yeah, we can talk about that next too if you want. So basically, Dune, as many of you guys know, Warner made a very big move this year, which they said everything is going to be day and date for all of 21. It's going to be day and date, theaters, and HBO Max. The only big sticking point, because it was co-financed with Legendary, was both actually Godzilla vs. Kong and Dune, because they were both co-financed with Legendary. I think Godzilla vs. Kong was just a little too late to get anything done about it, so that went right to HBO Max. But it is looking like Warner is going to be giving in to Legendary with their request and to the filmmakers, and basically just, nothing is official yet, but it looks like they are going to be doing that one just theatrical only. And also the next bit of news here, which is that Warner Brothers films will release in theaters first, starting in 2022, and will eventually hit HBO Max, similar to other regular models of streaming services. So they said there will be no more same-day stream for theatrical releases. Now, again, we will see if that holds true. They could change their mind on that, too. So,
yeah,
anything can really happen. But what are your thoughts on this? Do you think so far the day and date releases have been successful? Do you think they made a mistake doing it? What are your thoughts?
I thought they were iffy, except for Godzilla vs. Kong.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like Godzilla vs. Kong was like, I think we talked about it last week, is like a movie that kind of said like, this model could work. It's like clear people still want to go to the theaters because there's still those movies that require a theater, like
a theater screen,
vibe screen, like that, like whole presentation.
Yeah.
Like Godzilla vs Kong required that. Even though I watched it on HBO Max, you watched it at the theater. And the same with like this movie or like an Endgame. Like you wouldn't want to watch Endgame, at home. You'd want to watch it, with the best sound, with an audience, because again, there's nothing like that audience, like, combined reaction to a moment that happens, like when Steve picks up the hammer, like that was like years of payoff.
Women
again,
cried.
Moments.
Babies cried. Women fainted in the
Then
aisles.
you get moments like in that, if you've ever seen that video on YouTube of that.
Oh yeah,
crowd
turn off
at
the
Rise of
flash, you
Skywalker.
fucking moron.
No, the Rise of Skywalker, when they're like, "Don't say it," and
Yeah.
she goes, "Ray Skywalker," and they go, "Ah."
Yeah. Oh my Lord.
But yeah, I don't know like where we'll go from here, but that doesn't surprise me that they would be like, "Yeah, we're not doing that anymore."
Now, speaking of Godzilla, 357.8 million worldwide, 70 million domestic, overtaking Tenet as top grosser of the pandemic so far, and it is completely on track to turn a profit, just based on its theatrical numbers. So not including any profit that it's creating on HBO Max. So that is crazy. And I actually just thought of something too, which is all the people that say, how do any of these places make money, releasing some of these movies online? You know what I'm talking about? You know how people say that and stuff like that. Netflix only releases online. Like, you know what I mean? That's my counter argument, is I'm like, of course HBO Max and Disney are making some sort of money on their streaming shows. Look at Netflix. I mean, it's clearly a viable model. There's some sort of data mining. I'm sure they're selling data. I'm sure they are collecting information and trying to boost as much AdSense as they can and stuff like that. It's like I'm just saying that in reaction to the people that say, well, it makes no sense. How could it possibly be better than theaters? And it's like, it clearly is. Otherwise, everybody wouldn't be doing it.
I just still don't know how Netflix makes money. I don't know how they continue to how they continue to shell out this money to give to everybody.
I think it's one of those things that's like, what's it called? Wait, Elon Musk. What's his company? Tesla. Right? So Tesla, like, they are valued as one of the most profitable companies, one of the most valuable companies in the world. But like they make almost next to nothing. It's like the same thing with Netflix. It's like they're so valuable because they're betting on the future of the company, that kind of thing. That's how I've come to understand it, like with some of the videos that I've watched and stuff like that. But yeah, I think it could go either way. All right, so just a few more stories here, and then we will get on to the main topic. So we have a huge deal coming from, speaking of Netflix, coming from Netflix and Sony Pictures Entertainment, which is, you think about all these Paramount Plus, HBO Max, Disney Plus, Peacock, all this stuff. The only one without a streaming service really was Sony. And rather than go the route of making their own, they have carved a path straight through the beautiful big red N, which is Netflix. So they will be exclusively streaming. It says select films. I'm going to assume that means most films are going to go straight to Netflix for Sony. And that includes, the deal is set to begin in 2022. So that includes Morbius, Uncharted, Into the Spider-Verse, the Spider-Man films. And really right now, the only one that's up in the air is No Way Home, Spider-Man No Way Home, because the first two Spider-Man films with Tom Holland are, totally Sony's. So they can do with whatever they want. But I think the No Way Home, they still need to negotiate kind of the back end deal with who gets what. So I think that one's a little bit up in the air. But what are your thoughts on this, that Sony finally kind of has a streaming place to kind of call home? And again, something we've been talking about, that Netflix has been kind of they did it first, so they're going to get buried. They need to start making some changes. They've been making these consistent changes. Knives Out 2 and 3, this deal. What are your thoughts on all this, and do you think Netflix is doing enough to stay in the game?
Yeah, I mean, Sony has, again, another deep catalog. Sony has also been, as you said, like, they've been kind of, trying to, same with Netflix, like Sony, I feel like is one of the only people now without like a streaming service. But they've been making moves, like they did this Netflix thing. They're ramping up, they made a deal with HBO for the Last of Us series, which, oh my God, I'm sorry, real quick. The fact that they're remaking The Last of Us for PS5, just, ugh, please don't do that.
Oh, that was in here. I just skipped it. You want to, what is your at? Just like leave it alone.
Why?
Just use the one that's already there.
Just make something new.
Oh,
Like,
true. Yeah,
that's the
absolutely.
whole thing. Like this like whole story came out how like there's this game called Days Gone that they put out like a year or two ago.
Mm-hmm.
They started like a sequel and then they canceled it, and then like they were like, let's just make Last of Us remastered for PS5, like a remake for PS5. Not even remake, sorry. Just like a PS5 version. Which is what, so basically it's the whole thing is like they're going back to like the studio that basically like bears the most fruit, which is Naughty Dog.
Mm-hmm.
So they make they do Uncharted, I believe, and they did Last of Us, and they do a few other titles, I believe, as well.
Yeah,
but like
our mutual friend Travis is a big Naughty Dog Productions fan.
Like why are we making a PS5 Last of Us?
Mm-hmm.
I get it came out on PS3, but you did a remaster of it
already
a few years ago.
Yeah.
The second one just came out, and I know like I'm not going to do this, but there's going to be people that are going to pay the $60-$70 for a remastered Last of Us for PS5 and play it.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it is all about the money, but yeah, oh God, like it's like just do something else, please. Like put your resources somewhere where something new and innovative and creative, not do the same fucking thing all the same. And that's like complete opposite from like Xbox is like, I don't know if you've been keeping up with them, but they've been making moves. Like they MLB The Show is coming out in Game Pass. They're building this whole Game Pass catalog that like is clearly like has me rethinking getting a PS5. Like if you look at the deal with Game Pass, like it's like holy shit, like they have so many games. And they still need to build out like their first party titles, in my opinion, whereas that's where Sony has them beat. But Xbox is kind of going in like the complete different direction of games as a service, where it's like, or sorry, not games as a service, like games play where you want to play them. Like they're gonna have this whole like thing where you can play on your phone or like, all this other stuff where it's like just buy Game Pass, you can play your PC, play on your Xbox, play on your phone, do all this stuff. And Sony's like, yeah, we're gonna make Last of Us PS5. It's like just that, and yeah. But again, I'm not gonna get into the whole like console type thing. Like, I don't like, in my opinion, like you have an Xbox, like you have PlayStation, good for you. Like, it's not like, oh, Xbox is better or Sony's better. Like, it's just like it's like whatever. How like it used to be like when you're in middle school, where it'd be like, well, I have a PlayStation. What was that when you were in middle school? PS2 or PS3?
When did the PS3 come out?
I don't even know, but that's how it used to be. Where it was like the whole console wars. You know what I mean? But yeah, sorry. Back on the topic of Sony Netflix.
Wow, no, the PS3, bro. The PS3 came out in 2006.
Oh damn!
The PS3 was out when we were in when we were in elementary school.
Oh, I think I got, when the PS4 was out, I got a PS2. I think that's what it was.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeesh. I'm sorry. Did you ask me something?
No, I didn't ask you.
Oh, okay.
I was just like kind of looping it back to Netflix. So
yeah. So what are your thoughts on the deal?
Oh, I'm happy. Easier access to Sony movies. I'm interested to see like if they're subscribed. Well, they won't tell us, but I'd be interested to see if their subscriber base goes up. Netflix's,
Oh,
and again,
of course they're gonna tell us. They're gonna say, "Oh, Spider-Man, #1 movie on Netflix, #1 movie of all time on Netflix." That's what they say about everything.
but what was I gonna say? Yeah, again, very expensive to make your own streaming infrastructure.
Oh yeah, from the ground up,
So,
absolutely.
This makes more sense to like, let's not, everybody's doing this. Let's just, do something different. Which maybe they should, maybe the TV and entertainment section should take notice from or the PlayStation branch should take notice from the entertainment branch.
Yeah.
Or the movies and TV branch.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, very much same as you. I'm thrilled at the decision. Like you said, easier access to Sony films. I already own, all the Spider-Man movies and stuff. But
Right.
that being said, sometimes it's easier just to, pop it on Netflix rather than having to, pull up, the Google Play movies or whatever, then do that stuff. Sometimes you're already on Netflix. It's nice to have them. But for the people who do not already own that stuff, I'm so glad that the Spider-Man movies will be out there. That now means that you can do that even if you don't own a single MCU film, you can now binge the entire MCU with a Netflix subscription and a Disney Plus subscription. Because for a while, the only two that you can't binge, obviously, three, I should say, because it's the Incredible Hulk. But the only ones that you can't binge is what the hell am I trying to say? Oh yeah, Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home.
Right.
So I'm glad that those will be on there. I'm glad that the older catalog, as well as obviously everything else that Sony has to offer, which is a huge, like TJ said, a huge catalog, a very deep catalog of films over many decades that they were able to do. So yeah, I'm very excited with that. Let us know, what did you guys think of the news today? Is there anything that you guys thought that you disagreed with us on? Anything that you
Wait, we can't see. Okay, we can't skip are we skipping the topic from today? We can't skip that. I want to talk about that real quick.
Oh, sorry. The theaters?
The theaters, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I didn't have it in my notes, but I literally just thought about it, but I forgot to circle back. Yeah.
So real quick, I think they announced last night.
Yeah, like late last night.
Pacific theaters. So that includes ArcLight I guess they have like a hell of a lot of locations. It's not just like LA. And then the Cinerama Dome in LA will be closing permanently due to COVID.
That right there is for those who don't understand like the severity of that. Oh crap! Sorry, I forgot. Favorite John Williams score. Honestly, I'm gonna say this. Favorite John Williams score. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I think he set the tone for that entire franchise. Yes, he only himself did the first two films, but all of the musical cues and themes were set in the groundwork by John Williams. So that was favorite, and then best, obviously, I think you got to say Star Wars. Star Wars main theme, just his entire suite of the Star Wars music. It's the most iconic music of all time. Other than maybe Alan Silvestri's Avengers score. I would say that's probably the only other thing that could possibly rival John Williams. Yeah, so for those who don't understand, this is huge because just in those two, with what TJ said, Pacific Theaters and ArcLight Cinemas, the Cinerama Dome, which is a Pacific Theater, and then the ArcLight Hollywood, let alone the amount of business it does, and the fact that both of those theaters are landmarks in LA, both of those theaters, aside from maybe the Chinese theater, are where most of the premieres in Hollywood happen. So if these places close, I don't even know what Hollywood does from that aspect. Like, do you think maybe we'll get something like AMC or Regal sweeping in to buy these select locations? What do you
by
think?
The way, this is full disclosure as well. This is two people speaking who've never been to LA, don't live in LA, lived literally on the other side of the country.
Yeah.
And these are two places that I would have loved to go to if I ever
Mhm.
went to LA.
Oh yeah.
Just because
Absolutely.
hearing people that in that sphere that talk about those two places like on YouTube and stuff like that,
The
really
Dome.
makes me want to visit them. Yes, the
Yeah.
Dome, exactly. I said to you earlier, I am shocked that Quentin Tarantino has not been like, I will buy the Cinerama Dome,
Mhm.
because he owns the Beverly Hills Cinema, I believe it's called. And they play like all this like old kind of stuff and old new everything. And
The only thing I'll say with that is with the never mind. I forgot that the
What?
Paramount decrees got
oh
turned
yeah, they're
over
gone, right?
because I was
Yeah.
like the only thing that could be tricky with that is because he also owns a production company. But then I
Oh,
remembered
okay.
they don't exist anymore. So I was like,
Right.
no, he should be fine to buy it.
I agree with you. Like, I fully expect somebody to buy them.
Mhm.
Whether it be like a single, like a group
You
of
gotta.
celebrities of something, or like already existing
Mhm.
company like a Regal or a Cinemark or an AMC or a
Mhm.
whatever. Especially the Cinerama Dome, because I just don't see that like going away. And I heard that it's like a Los Angeles like landmark. So
Mhm.
I don't think they can. Does that mean they
I think
can't
it's a
tear it down?
historical site. I think it's a historical
Right.
building.
So it means like they can't like demolish it or anything.
I'm not familiar with what
Positive.
could mean in LA, but
With
but
zoning
here that's
laws
what it
and
means.
everything in
Yeah, I'm
LA.
not. Yeah, I'm not.
But yeah, I fully expect somebody to buy it and for it to reopen.
Mhm.
Again, ArcLight always like fascinated me because it was like I always heard that it was more expensive, but it was like you ain't talking during that movie or you're not going on your phone during that shit. Like
Oh,
they
yeah.
are kicking your ass out if they catch you once, which sounds amazing. Like I would love to see the people that work there and deal with that shit.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But I've also heard like if you care about movies, like that's where you're going. Like you don't get the people that are like talking throughout the entire thing.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I expect it to be like maybe in a few months or weeks or whatever somebody to be
We'll
like,
hear
oh,
something.
somebody's buying, you know. But yeah, I
The
can't
Dome.
see. I can't see
Them
those
going
two
under.
places like going away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're already under.
Oh, well, yeah.
But
The actual
going away,
physical
what I mean.
locations. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something that it's kind of like the actual physical locations of the theater transcend the companies that they were owned by.
Right.
So that's why it's something. I mean, and as TJ said, we're on the complete other coast of the country.
Yeah.
We live in New York. We're as far away from it as you basically can get within the country.
Yeah. Like even if you're like that's one thing. Like if a big corporation were to buy it, like don't even like the Cinerama Dome, like in particular, like do not change. Like just buy it, but don't change anything.
That's
Like-
why I worry about like something like AMC buying it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like I'm thinking like they call it like the AMC, and then you
Dome.
have these employees. Yeah, exactly. You have these employees in there with AMC, and it's like it turns into it kind of ruins the culture and everything. Like just like kind of try to integrate it into the company without changing it all that
Yeah,
much.
Adam Aaron will walk in. We could fit 5 freestyles right there, right on that wall. I can see it
But
now.
then
It's
again,
beautiful.
I don't think any of these none of these big movie theater chains are in the business right now of buying up theaters.
Oh,
So maybe
exactly. That's the other thing.
maybe get like a Netflix or something buying it, or like in the chat Disney.
The thing with Disney though is that I feel like Disney doesn't need it because worked into the Paramount decrees was the Egyptian theater. Disney has owned the Egyptian theater for like 100 years or something. So they've already got their theater in LA. That's the other place. That's where Disney does every single premiere is at the Egyptian because they own it. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the hell happens. A lot of the cool screenings that would happen, like premieres aside, like documentary screenings, meet the director, movie screenings. That there was a really famous Knives Out screening that actually Collider put on a few years ago with Ryan Johnson. It was like one of the most successful screenings with a director Q&A like of all time. Because I think they raise money for charity or something. Can't remember.
Yeah.
But like stuff like that, LA doesn't want to see that stuff go away. So it's very upsetting, that this is happening. But at the same time, you just got to roll with it. The industry is changing. If anything, I think this has got to scare some of the bigger companies, because honestly, obviously AMC and Regal Cinemas, or if you want to bring Regal up a little bit more, Cineworld theaters, whether it be Regal or any of the other types that they own, they are bigger, but they can fall just as easily for the exact same reasons. Somebody that's out there really, really trying is another small chain, which is the Alamo Drafthouse.
Right.
That's another small movie theater chain that's got about, I think, I don't even want to, maybe a dozen, maybe a couple dozen theaters, scattered all throughout the South and the West Coast.
West Coast, yeah.
And that's one I know too that has been really struggling. And it's got to scare the crap out of these big companies.
They had to restructure their debt.
Yeah, and if it doesn't scare the crap out of these big companies, it should. They need to be paying attention to this stuff. And the answer is not, oh, we'll just buy all the locations, because like you said, this is no time to be getting bigger. This is you need to pinch every penny that you have. Look at me saying that AMC needs to pinch every penny they have, but I can't even believe that just came out of my mouth. But you got to be cautious. It's a cautious time for the whole industry. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Yeah. That'll do it for the news. So let us know what you guys thought, and let's go ahead and turn our gaze over to the main topic of the show, which is going to be very, very short today, guys. I apologize for that. We will touch on a little bit of extra stuff on this Saturday's Planet Hero, which will be pre-recorded. If we can't touch on anything here, but obviously we're going to touch on the big beats, because I was not feeling that good, so we did not have a Planet Hero this past Saturday, as you can tell. So today we're going to be doing a quick recap and review of episode 4 of Falcon and Winter Soldier. If you guys don't know, this is a nice little tease for Planet Hero. If you like the MCU, if you like, the Disney Plus shows that they've been doing, if you like comic book shows or superhero shows in general, hell, if you like Sebastian Stan, if you like Daniel Bruhl, Anthony Mackie, go ahead and make sure you tune in to Planet Hero. It's every Saturday at 8 p.m. Depending on our work schedules, sometimes it's pre-recorded, sometimes it's a live show, but it is always Saturdays at 8 p.m. So check out that show. So you're going to get a little taste of Planet Hero here. But like I said, TJ's got to be out in a little bit, and we have a quick trailer reaction to do. So check out the channel after this. There should be a trailer reaction up probably around 10 p.m. For the latest Army of the Dead trailer. But let's go ahead and jump right into this. So this is episode 4 of Falcon and Winter Soldier. TJ, let's just go through quick. This episode is called The Whole World is Watching. What were some of your initial thoughts on this episode? And because we're not on Planet Hero, let's do initial thoughts, and then we'll wrap up with maybe 1 or 2 minutes of spoiler talk.
I thought this was maybe the best episode.
Okay.
Again, we got a lot of progression. I thought some more questions raised.
Yeah.
Actually, a very peculiar question about Sharon, which seemed kind of weird. A lot of cool action sequences.
A lot of action in this one, yeah.
Yes, especially with what is it? Dora
Milaje?
Dora Milaje? Yeah.
Yeah.
And like a big whoa, like at the end. I thought this was close to, the best episode. There was one thing where I was like, I kind of wish that didn't happen. But it happened. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, overall, I thought this was probably, maybe the best episode of the season or the series.
Nice. Yeah. I got to say, I just, have you, how many times have you watched it? Did you just on Friday?
I just watched it once.
Okay. Yeah. I literally, so I finally got, now when I was on quarantine, I told my roommate Brianna, I was like, cause she is not a huge Marvel person, but she got heavy into WandaVision, and she loved WandaVision. So I was like, but she was like, I'm not gonna do the Falcon and Winter Soldier or whatever. Like, but I was like, no, you're gonna do it. So I was like, I had her watch the first episode, and she was like, that was boring and slow. And I was like, perfect. That's the exact correct answer for the first episode, because I was like, it's literally just like, where are these guys at right now? But we've been watching it an episode a day, and we literally just before we went live finished episode 4. So I've watched it twice. It's very fresh in my mind. I literally just watched it. And to me, I think I can definitely say for me, it is the best of the series so far. So for me, I think the
next episode's supposed to be.
Apparently episode 5 is supposed to be crap.
Yeah.
I had a tweet pulled up earlier. I'm trying to remember. I'm paraphrasing here, but basically a producer said that episode 5 is where the show really ties itself together and where all of the thematic and story elements converge. That's what the producer, I think it was a producer or a writer, said that. Which obviously, based on the end of this episode, seems like it. It seems like that's where we're heading. I don't know where else you could go in this next episode. But for me, this is absolutely, in my opinion, the strongest episode of the 4 that we have so far. I think it's nice that now we are full swing. We have every character that we're going to be getting is getting play, in this. We got great Zemo stuff. We got some Sharon stuff. We got obviously some John, and then obviously Sam and Bucky as well. And then with the wonderful addition of a lot of Wakandan stuff in this episode, teased at the end of last week's. So really great, solid episode for me. Love the character development. I love the writing. I love where the story is going. With Carly, obviously, a great scene with her and Sam. That was really, really good. Of course, ruined by, we'll talk about it in the spoiler section.
Captain Asshole himself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, John Asshole, Captain Walker. I mean, what? So great episode. Let's go ahead and hop into the spoilers, because why not? We'll do spoilers to end. So if you guys have not seen episode 4 of Falcon and Winter Soldier, please go ahead and hop out now. You can follow us at Planet Film Net on Twitter. You can let us know your thoughts on the episode. But without further ado, let's go ahead and do full spoilers here until the end.
So basically what I was talking about was Sharon. I think this is the right episode I'm thinking of. When she walks down this dark corridor on the phone past all these big guards. Mm-hmm. And then she is on a tracking thing with John Walker. I was like, this screams power broker to me. This screams bad guy. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if you guys don't follow him, this is a little tangent, but I'm gonna make it quick. Murphy's Multiverse is one of the best scoop sites out there for MCU scoops and news and stuff like that. It's run by a great guy, Charles Murphy. He kind of took a little bit of a beating online because he was dead set saying, Doctor Strange is in WandaVision. Obviously that didn't happen, but obviously that was something that clearly was going to happen. There is so much talk that it was supposed to happen. So I find him one of the most credible people out there. So I don't want that to tarnish it for you. If you're into scoops and stuff like that, follow him, Charles Murphy. He's great, but he's been kind of a little, not negative, but a little more sarcastic since then because everybody beat up on him so hard. And he was like, guys,
that's how it always is.
Yeah.
He's like, on, and then you're like, whoa.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, guys, I had it from an ironclad source, whatever. If you're going to be assholes about it, I'm going to be an asshole right back. Yeah. So people have been blowing his stuff up about Power Broker. And he said something that's very interesting. He said that he knows who it is. He's not going to say because if they edited it differently or changed it, Lord. He doesn't want to blow it up again. But basically somebody was like, is it Sharon ? Based on all the hints you've been giving, it sounds like it's Sharon. And he said, based on all the hints I've been giving ? How about based on episode 3 and 4?
Yeah.
And I was like, and then I read that a little earlier today, and then I watched episode 4, and I was like, damn, you know what? I'm really, really starting to see it.
See,
But do you think it's too easy?
I kind of hope they don't do that.
Same.
Like, we haven't seen her since Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna bring her back as a villain. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think that Marvel's kind of playing with our expectations a little bit. I think
Yeah.
they are intentionally leaving it as an option. I genuinely think they're intentionally putting it out there, or not
stopping
stopping it. You know what I mean? To be like,
oh, I gotcha.
oh, you thought it was Sharon, but no, it's it's Zola. It's yeah, exactly.
The other big thing that happens in this episode is Hoskins dying, and then John Walker going like crazy and
decapitating a person.
That guy. That was nuts. I was a little upset that they killed. Not upset. I was like, oh, I wish we could have gotten more of Battlestar. You know, I wanted more of him. We didn't really know anything about him really. We got like bits and pieces through the 4 episodes, but that was about it. So I do wish that we got more of him. Because I was like, maybe you could have maybe had like you could have had John's character. And this is the whole thing that I don't know if you heard this, where it's like the whole thing about like killing, the character of color or something to move along the white man's character. If you've heard that, or a woman or whatever. And I thought maybe they could have, looking back on it, I was like, maybe they could have, done something else to get John to that point. Like even if you honestly just shot him, if you just shot Battlestar and didn't kill him. You honestly probably got, because he's already on edge and he's already taken the serum, as we've seen in earlier in the episode. So maybe you can just do that to get him to that point. But yeah, when John Walker, like me and Danielle, that blood is like on the shield, I was like, holy shit! I was like, this is not a Disney Plus. Like,
bro,
this belongs on Hulu. This scene.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I was like, oh damn! Like they really, they really went for that. Yeah, we knew it was coming at some point.
Yeah, and you and I'll say, if you go back to Planet Hero episode 2, when Lamar first was introduced, me and TJ have been like, Lamar's somehow, he's going to be the key to some sort of a switch in Walker. Because we were like, clearly he's set up as, he is the best friend / partner that keeps John going over that line. So we were like, what we were thinking maybe was John's going to cross that line without him, and then Lamar's going to be like, I can't do it with you anymore. Like, I can't support you. I can't do this anymore.
With that.
But now and actually, I think, to me, yes, I understand that it's an awful trope in Hollywood and practice that, it happens. You see it so many times with, the African-American partner or sidekick or whatever you want to say it,
Or, I mean, it also happens. It usually comes back to a white character, I believe. But it's also like it's usually a minority group. So it could be a woman that dies to advance the man or something.
Yeah, exactly. Like yes, I do see that, but also at the same time, I know Marvel has a good track record, not a perfect track record by any means, but a better track record than most studios with that. So I can understand that, but also I don't think that was what they had in mind. You know what I mean? Like this to me has been a very inclusive production and writing staff and stuff like that. And Kevin Feige as a person is very inclusive. So I get that. But that being said, I'm always playing devil's advocate for this stuff because to me, honestly, I would have preferred if Lamar didn't die. I think it would have been stronger for the Battlestar character to make the moral choice of saying, I pulling a Padme, you're going down a path I cannot follow you down, and I cannot support. And I think that would have been a really big victory moment for Lamar as his own individual character.
Yeah. Because I don't know what he does like in the comics. I'm assuming he doesn't die in the first 4 comics. Like he's a pretty fleshed out character. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wish that they would have done more with him.
Mm-hmm.
Zemo, again, he had some great lines. We got this, I think we talked
Pulled
about
an El Chapo.
pulled an El Chapo. I thought that was great. What else?
And then we never saw him again after that.
Never saw him again. He was gone. So I'm interested to see what his
Endgame
what
is.
his deal is here. What his Endgame is. Yeah. Yeah, I keep coming back to this Sharon Carter thing because it's like I just hope she's not.
Well, let's talk about it. So who do you think the power broker is? So there's 2 things we need to talk about right now. Let's close off by saying who we think the power broker is going to be and who we think maybe the cameo is. Because again, we're at this exact same point that we were at with Wanda Vision, where we're supposed to be getting this big cameo next week that's going to apparently be a big actor / actress playing a existing Marvel Comics character.
Yeah.
So who do you think that's going to be, and who do you think the power broker is?
I'm going to go with Michelle in the chat, and I think that the power broker could be Ross.
That would be awesome.
So I think that'd be dope. Who do I think the existing person will be? That's interesting. There's a lot of people. Maybe, honestly, no, we saw Don Cheadle already. That was who I was gonna say. Who do I think could show up? Because I'm trying to think who has connection to Bucky. And
I'm really thinking about Ross now.
Yeah, I don't know.
A couple things.
Big serum guy, Ross.
Big serum guy. No, that's exactly. Oh my god, we gotta make that a shirt. We gotta make Thunderbolt Ross big serum guy. So, couple things with Ross. We know the Thunderbolts are on the way, which obviously, for those who don't know, his name is Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross. His nickname is Thunderbolt, and in the comics, he runs the Thunderbolts. In the comics, he takes the serum himself, and that is who Red Hulk is Ross. Like we said, in the MCU, big serum guy. Tried to recreate it a bunch of times. Some successful, some times you get an abomination.
Sorry, Tim Roth. Oh, shut up.
Yeah, well, he's coming back. He's coming back. Not only that, but we did see Ross, normal as can be, at Tony's funeral, but we don't know if he was blipped. We don't know what he could have been doing. I'd have to imagine if he was blipped or if he wasn't blipped, he probably isn't the Secretary of State anymore, because at this point that was like 9 years ago. In the MCU, that was like 9 years ago that he was Secretary of State.
Maybe Shuri. Maybe
could be the.
I know they said Chadwick's. Oh no, I mean just makes.
The cameo, yeah.
Because I know they said Chadwick's not going to be in that.
Wait, are you thinking that Ross could be the power broker or the cameo?
Ross could be the power broker.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But I was just like kind of.
No, they were saying that the cameo is a new character.
Oh, a new character.
Yeah, a new character, an existing Marvel Comics character, but new to the MCU, but a big actor or actress.
Oh, wow. Okay, then I have no idea then.
Man, I don't know.
Do you think it would have been? You think it'd be somebody that's been announced? Like
maybe
not saying like, oh, it'd be Mahershala Ali as Blade, but like
wow,
maybe like I don't know.
Could you imagine?
Like
maybe like an Eternal or something.
That's what I was thinking, like something like that. Like
I don't know.
Give me Oscar Isaac or like Ethan Hawke showing up. I'd be okay with that.
You got me on that. Oh, maybe it's like maybe Kate Bishop shows up or something. This is her first episode.
Could be.
Very, very interesting. But either way, I'm very excited to see, where the next story goes here.
Oh, sorry, real quick.
Yeah.
Last question actually for you. Speculating. Do
Absolutely.
you think? Now we're not in the last episode yet. We're going to be the second last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think John Walker makes it out of this series? I think I asked you this a few weeks ago, but still now with more information, do you think he gets out of the series?
Yes, because that was the other thing that I lost my own thread talking about Ross with the Thunderbolts. is I think that would be perfect to be like, he's the power broker. Now he's can't be the power broker anymore because they kind of caught him on that. But now maybe he has to turn to start the Thunderbolts. And I think Ross will be the owner and the runner of the Thunderbolts, but I think John Walker will be the first member of the Thunderbolts. Gotcha. So I think the inevitable Thunderbolt show, I think, is the next place we'll see John Walker.
Okay. And do you think, my other question, I would agree. I think he'll make it out. I don't know what's going to happen at the end, but I think he'll make it out. And do you think Sam gets the shield or no?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So what happens so John Walker is just, he turns into, what's his name? U.S. Agent?
U.S. Agent, yeah.
Okay. So is U.S. Agent just like the same costume without the shield?
And black. It should be black. If they go with the comics, it should be black and red. Exactly the same. One of the most beautiful and true to comics translations of a costume with the red stripes across. It's almost identical to the comic books. It's just the base color is black instead of blue. Cameo. So it's supposed to be a new character, but TJ and I have been saying that Everett Ross is a good pick for somebody showing up in this show. Martin Freeman's character. Because we haven't seen him in a while. He's connected to Wakanda. Obviously, he's connected to Bucky. He's connected to Zemo. In fact, before this show, the last person we saw Zemo with was Martin Freeman. So, that's definitely a possibility, but I don't think he'll be the big cameo.
I don't think I'll be happy till they finally come all the way around, go full circle, and bring Tim Blake Nelson back. Because they set something up.
I'm telling you, man.
Go back to it.
I mean, I know that like it's funny, but really, I genuinely think that they're gonna I really think they're about.
Yeah, I mean, if they're bringing Tim Roth back, it's like
exactly. I really think that this. Oh my God, what am I trying? I really think that this phase 4 is really about setting up these smaller characters. It's kind of like a restart, honestly, like what we expected after Endgame. It's kind of like a restart, setting up these smaller characters and going back to the earlier phases and pulling people in. Now, something I just remembered. Do you remember we talked months and months ago that someone on the production, can't remember who, said, I think it might have been Sebastian Stan, said that Falcon and Winter Soldier will be pulling people all the way back from phase 1. Do you remember that?
Shit. No, I don't.
We were like, maybe it's Justin Hammer, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. We speculated on the show.
That's the other prediction. Justin Hammer, power broker.
I mean, that fits perfectly. I mean, that doesn't even need explanation. That would be completely perfect. So yeah, let us know in the comments. What did you guys think of the news? What did you guys think of Falcon and Winter Soldier episode 4? Join us on Saturday at 8 p.m. for the pre-recorded Planet Hero, where we'll break down everything that is episode 5. And also tweet at us at PlanetFilmNet. We are going to do a Twitter poll. Who do you think the power broker is? Go to our Twitter page. We will share it. We'll give a couple options in there and see. Maybe we'll talk about we'll probably talk about the poll results on Saturday's show. Yeah, so I'll just say, thank you so much for joining us, episode 39 of Planet Film Live. As always, I am one of your hosts, Sean Monk, at Pace Eating Yak. Check out our merch store in the description. You can get our beautiful faces on your body or on your mug. And maybe there's a new design in the work. We might see. Yeah. I'll let my co-host take it out.
Yeah, and I'm TJ Cornwell. You can find me at TJ_Cornwell on Twitter and Instagram. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment. Check out some of our reaction videos we got going on the channel. And then catch us at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday for our Falcon Winter Soldier episode 5 breakdown. And we will catch you next time. Peace out.
Boom. Don't mind if I do.